Um, welcome to my channel and welcome to class. Yes, class, because today is much more of an educational video. I don't have any script, which I frankly never do, but I did a research from Google today and I wanted to share with you my research. So I always say, as a Nigerian, an African Nigerian with one passport, the only thing stopping us African girls from reaching our goals, because we already have resilience, what we don't have is quality passports to be in the right places, okay? I was doing a bit of thinking, and as I was thinking, I went on social media and I saw that this girl that I really like was holidaying in the Cayman Islands. And I started thinking, the Cayman Islands. I was once invited to Cayman Islands. It is a place known to house a lot of the ultra wealthy. And why is that? It is because a lot of wealthy people seem to run away from paying taxes. And so they end up in beautiful Caribbean countries that basically allow them a tax-free life and, settle there. So all of the thought process happened after I saw that this lady was, visiting the Cayman Islands. And then it transitioned and I started thinking, wait, where do the wealthy go to in December, right? And so because I was thinking about it, I decided to do a bit of research. So I got my computer and I wrote, where do the rich go to in December? And this is what I found. A few of these countries I thought, well, but some of them came as a surprise to me. So I decided to share them with you on video. The first country that I have here is Aspen. It's not a country, I think it's a place in the USA. Apparently it houses a lot of ski resorts and welcome a lot of the elite people, ultra wealthy, to its mountains. It has a lot of high-end boutiques, high-end restaurants, etc. It's been doing this since the 16th century. I'm a bit surprised. I've never heard of Aspen. When I think skiing, and yes, it is one hobby of the wealthy, of the privileged. So this is a different topic for another day. But I used to always think skiing, Switzerland. You know what I mean? Never heard of Aspen. But apparently it's a place in America, Colorado. So if you live in America and you're planning to do a holiday, a cold winter, why not consider going to Aspen? I do think that such a trips to places where the wealthy go to, while they may be expensive, it is usually an investment. The second one I have here is French Polynesia. French Polynesia, at first I was like, what was that? Also never heard. There's just so many places in the world that you and I do not know about, okay? So when I heard French Polynesia, no clue what that is. But then I continued reading and I saw that it is Bora Bora. Well, Bora Bora, we know that name. We've seen videos on social media. We've seen the Instagram reels from luxurious hotels that were filmed in Bora Bora. So, like I said, wealthy people, privileged people, seemingly having the ability to go traveling around beautiful island. They often go to countries where they can escape taxes. So mentioning and seeing that they have here a few Caribbean countries, a few island countries with beautiful oceans, it doesn't come as a surprise to me. So if you can afford it, if you want a warm holiday, Bora Bora will be a place to go. Lake Como. Lake Como is in Italy and I have been, but very briefly. I know it's really popular. I've heard the name a million times. It's basically a famously luxurious destination. And when I did visit and I saw the Lake Como itself, I was impressed. Although I don't really know the history of why it became so popular. But apparently it's a place to be in December. This is a place. Oh, I do remember seeing those fancy Italian boats, very chic ones. Ooh, maybe a lot of successful people go there to play with their boats. Who knows? Okay, but if you have the ability or you live in Europe, you want to consider being in Italy, in Lake Como during this time. The next one we have here, I'm talking really fast, so I don't have to edit a lot. Ibiza. That's how it's pronounced, but everyday people like you and me would say Ibiza. So of course I know about Ibiza, but I've known it as a party place, you know? And so I've never been because it's such a crowd. It's not really my personal vibe. I don't function well around very loud music, very, crazy behaviors, drugs and all of that. It's just not my vibe. But I know that Ibiza welcomes the ultra rich party people. So if you can't handle such a scene, it's definitely a place to be during December. It is in the south of Spain, I believe. So it makes sense because in Spain, it's usually the south of Spain is usually much more warmer than, the other parts. And we've concluded that privileged people love to go places where, they can escape the winter when they can. So that's pretty much it. Ibiza is a place to be in December for good reason. Barbados. I believe this is Rihanna's country. I'm not surprised. It's in the Caribbean. I guess it also allows them to skip a few tax payments. It's the same thing. If we see an island here, just know that it's a place that they would go, obviously for these reasons, but also to enjoy, the beach while the rest of the world are freezing in cold, winter clothes. But what's wrong with that, right? If you can afford it, why not? So Barbados is a place to be during December period. So the next one we have here is very obvious, Monaco. I was a bit surprised about this because I thought Monaco was a place to be in summer. But yesterday at golf, someone told me, no, it's actually pretty destinationable, if there's such a word, in the winter time. They say a lot happens in Monaco. There's a lot of parties, events in Monaco during December. So you, as a girl who is single, who have the ability to go to such a place, should be bouncing around, looking very chic in every event and in every social circle, talking to as many people as you can, being seen in Monaco. The Seychelles, I love the Seychelles. I've been and it is really beautiful. So, 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 so beautiful. And it has a lot of high-end hotels. All the names are in the Seychelles, quite expensive. It would make sense that the privileged will go there because they can afford it. So it's definitely a place to be if you happen to be in Africa. So us African girls, if you can't afford to be in all these other fancy places because, of course, you don't have the passport for it, Seychelles is a beautiful place. Same goes for Mauritius. I've heard recently that Mauritius is trying to, I don't know, maybe stop the whole tax thing or reduce it. So a few people are telling me that they're planning to move to Mauritius and move their businesses to Mauritius. So if I were you and I'm African, I'm thinking, oh, where would I go with my girlfriends for December to escape, whatever. Mauritius and the Seychelles Islands will be on my list. The next one is Dubai. I live in Dubai. It's a beautiful place, but half the year it's really, really hot, like really hot. I talk about that in many videos. But then the other half of the year, towards the end of the year, it gets cooler. And that's when people who run off during the summertime come back to Dubai, and then a lot of events are happening. Restaurants are full, lounges everywhere. There's just everyone is here in the winter time, especially towards December. It's just such a vibe. So I would definitely, I don't need to tell you about Dubai, right? I would definitely come to Dubai in Habibi in the winter time. It's just such a lovely place. I myself might be here. I think I'll be in Europe for a few weeks, but then I'll be here to also enjoy the events and the things happening here. One country that I've not seen here is South Africa. Cape Town is so beautiful and quite cold towards the beginning of the year. But towards the end, Cape Town, has a lot of generational wealth residing there. So a lot of those people visit. Not just them, lots of people all over the world are going to Cape Town towards the end. It's beautiful because it has all these mountains, nature, animals, gorgeous houses. It's just so, so pretty. And it gets really expensive towards the end of the year. I've been in Cape Town years ago for modeling. It was a lovely time. I was young. I didn't know much, but I did see that it was quite wealthy. So it's definitely a place to consider. And if you already live in South Africa, you should be seen in Cape Town. Okay, so the next one here is Mexico. I'm a bit surprised. I always thought it was, a simple country like mine, but apparently not. It seemed to invite a lot of the elite and welcome them there. So I guess that's a place to go. There is the Neto Island, but it's again the same story about islands. Really, it's really simple. I encourage traveling because I do think that aside from going to school, I think that life and experience is the biggest educator. In my own life as well, everything I learned from school has proven to be rubbish, and the things that I've learned from actually living life and seeing with my two eyes, these are the knowledge and wisdom and the experiences that have taught me, that have helped me grow, in life. And aside from putting yourself out there, etc., all the things that I've said in my previous videos, sometimes venturing outside of your country, if you're looking to be with a provider, if you're looking to find yourself, your creme de la creme big wheel, if you're looking to fall in love with an amazing person and have a beautiful story where you enjoy your privileged life, you have a dynamic where you're simply the feminine and you have a masculine person who enjoys and naturally wants to provide for you, you can find that anywhere, right? You can find that in your country, you can find that in your state, you can find that in your grocery store. It can happen literally anywhere. But I'm a true believer of literally giving the universe more opportunities to deliver me my dream. You know what I mean? And traveling and literally mindfully, very demurely planning your trips and going to put yourself physically in certain places where these people are, you are more likely to find yourself what you're looking for, more than the girl who is sitting at home and praying to God that, she finds that life. Okay? A lot of stories that I have lived, I got to partake in this because I was on the move, because I was going somewhere, I was doing something. So that's pretty much it for today. Until next time.